Greetings, YouTube. I just got back from spending the morning going out of town and seeing an old friend I hadn't seen in 10 years. Because of that, I am way behind on videos to make today. We've got Joe Fixit, Hawkeye, and a new offer to talk about. But this video, for this duration of time, is going to be all about Joe Fixit, a guy that couldn't traditionally fix his own tie. Nevertheless, anything else. Look at that tie, that thing. I mean, he looks like he's got the hair going on, but that's about it. So, Joe Fixit, Champion Spotlight. We always skip the description because nobody cares about that. It's all about his mechanics. We will start here. Character class Science, we know that. Basic abilities, Disoriented, Weakness, Petrify. That should be good for Cavalier Event Quest nodes, if nothing else. Joe Fixit's mechanics. Joe Fixit's... I almost said Fixit's. That's not it. Gambler's Draw utilizes his basic attacks, combos, and even blocks to pull one of the 4 card suits, each granting him a unique benefit. By stacking your deck with multiples of a single suit, your special attacks gain the ability to inflict specific debuffs based on the number of duplicates. Sounds like something that should have happened with Gambit, right? Pairing this alongside his bleed-inflicting guns allows you to not only weaken your opponent, but also deal significant damage. Additionally, an Awakened Joe Fixit will offer even more bonuses to each suit and pay true homage to its stacked deck. Keep in mind, when they talk about bleed damage, you always need to think about Deep Wounds as a mastery that you want to invest at least a couple points in if you're using this champion. Strengths and weaknesses. Strengths, bleed damage. Joe Fixit can deal significant bleed damage with special attacks. Versatility. Choosing specific suits allows Joe Fixit to decide which buffs he gains and which debuffs he applies to better match the current situation. That makes me think of Venom the Duck. That makes me think of Black Widow Clairvoyant. Champions like that. Weaknesses. Bleed immunity. A good chunk of Joe Fixit's damage comes from his bleed, so bleed immunities will provide a strong damage reduction when facing him. Kind of reminds me of somebody like Nick Fury or Blade. Power Drain Burn. Stopping Joe Fixit from throwing his special attacks negates his debuffs and makes it much more difficult for him to deal large amounts of damage. Abilities. Always active. An enhanced immune system provides full immunity to the poisons of the battle realm. Okay. Poison immunity. Gambler's Draw. Joe Fixit can hold 4 cards at a time. At max capacity, new cards replace old cards in the same order they were acquired. Cards are drawn even if the attack was blocked. Hearts. In combo with the light attack, plus 7% lifesteal. So some region. Now that is fascinating. When I think of lifesteal, I think of Rogue. Spades, in combo with the medium, plus 938 attack rating. That's also interesting. Clubs, heavy hit, plus 25% combat power rate. I don't think I'd use that as much. Diamonds, parry or well-timed block, plus 25% block penetration. When defending a quest node, cards are acquired based on the attacking champion's actions. Developers notes, mix and match. What's the best combo you can find to get the freshest cup of Joe going? Haha, freshest cup of Joe. I get it. Dead Man's Hand. On special activation, if Joe's hand consists of one of the following combinations, inflict the respective debuff for 10 seconds, plus 5 seconds per bar of power spent. 1 pair, Disorient, reducing defensive ability, accuracy, and block proficiency by 40%. 3 of a kind, Weakness, reducing attack rating by 30%. Flush, Petrify, reducing ability power rate and regen by 60%. Playing a hand removes all cards on the last hit of the special attack. I feel like that's going to take a little bit of getting used to. I almost feel like I don't want to throw specials when I'm stacking those cards, but that's just me. Developers notes, Joe's got a brand new suite of utility. How sweet it is, right? Defenders aren't going to want to catch these hands. That sounds like something that could also get you arrested. Special attack 1, place your bets. On hit, 50% chance to inflict a bleed debuff, dealing 821.1 direct damage over 10 seconds, 1 per Dead Man's Hand. Stack some massive bleed damage with Joe. That Tommy gun is no joke. How many bleeds can you get going? Special attack 2, shorten the odds. The final hit has a 100% chance to inflict a 2.75 second stun debuff. Replay the last Dead Man's debuff that was played. Developers notes, great for utility and stacking the hand you want. Use this when you have a specific defender that requires a bit more finesse than a Tommy gun can dish out. Special attack 3, the house always wins. Inflict a random Dead Man's Hand debuff. I don't like the random part of that. I always like there to be a guaranteed outcome, so that's a little bit of criticism from this buff so far. Until the opponent is no longer suffering any Dead Man's Hand debuffs, Gambler's Draw card effects have a plus 30% potency. I guess that's good. Signature ability stack deck, always active. After using cards to play a dead man's hand debuff instead of being removed, all slots are randomly assigned one matching suit. Additionally, suits gain a stackable bonus during special attacks. Hearts with a plus 10% debuff duration. Spades, which I think might be my favorite, plus 698.51 crit rating. Clubs, 30.04% of a bar of power. Diamonds, 24.96% armor penetration. Jackpot counts all as 4 suits. Developers notes, once those jackpots start rolling in, Joe will start rolling through the fights. Touche. Synergy bonuses. We got Moon Knight Synergy. We got Hulk, Hulk Rag, and Hulk Immortal or Immortal Hulk. Nemesis with Hulk. Friends with Wolverine. Enemies with Miss Marvel. Deep Wounds. Boy, it's like I'm put the prof in prophecy with that one. Joe Fixit lands short duration bleed debuffs with his special attacks that benefit strongly from the Deep Wounds mastery that increases the duration of bleed debuffs. In equity, I always want to say inequality. Joe Fixit stacks up several bleed and Dead Man's Hand debuffs quite quickly, utilize inequality to reduce the opponent's attack rating by a moderate amount. And there you go. I gotta say, Joe Fixit looks interesting. I use the word interesting because you can be good interesting and bad interesting. Sometimes I get really excited about a champion and the actual result lets me down, like Guillotine. Sometimes I think, I don't know if that's going to be that good, and the result's way better than I thought. Example being Miles Morales. So, he's interesting. I don't know. Are you excited to use a Joe Fixit? For those of you that have had a 6-star for a while, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to start cranking out videos now that I'm home to try to catch up. Hopefully, I'll be caught up in the next few hours. Until then, have a good one.